Throughout the 90s here at Folsom Field, many great Colorado players stepped foot on the gridiron. Names like Stewart, Williams, Hagan, and Salam, to name a few. The new practice facility, which you can see here behind me, was originally scheduled to open on August 1st, but the opening has now been pushed back to August 20th. Funding for the project, barring one last vote from the Board of Regents, should reach in excess of $11 million, all from donations. David Starcer here with you, standing outside Folsom Field, where come October, the Buffs will host their first home game as a member of that new Pac-12 conference against Washington State. But rest assured, with it still being August, first-year head coach John Embry and his staff got plenty of other things to take care of. I sat down with the rookie head coach to talk about the challenges of taking over his alma mater. Whether it's the ladies on the court or the guys on the field, Division I athletes usually take the same road to get to the big time. That road usually involves a scholarship, a free ride through school, and a guaranteed spot on the team. But for a select few, they chose the road less traveled.
I was playing on the club team, and I tried out and then made it, and then things just kind of went on from there. Getting back into the Division I intensity has been really good for me.
Junior outside hitter Katie Avagno was at Florida Atlantic her first 2 years before transferring to CU this fall. Her surprise call-up from the club team meant getting back in tip-top shape.
Over the summer, I didn't really train that much because I wasn't expecting to, have to be at that physical fitness that you have to be for Division I sports. So for the first couple of weeks, I was definitely really sore.
Katie Avagno's journey of playing Division I volleyball, moving down to club, and then moving back up into the Division I ranks is definitely a unique story. Another CU Buff has had to overcome similar adversities in his attempt to be a Division I athlete. I'm talking, of course, about starting inside linebacker and Boulder native Jeff Smart.
Well, I was just given an opportunity, basically, and to walk on here, and then made the best out of my opportunities when they came, and things wound up pretty good for me.
For Smart, staying close to home for school was a big plus.
And I wanted to be at a school where I would be comfortable if football didn't work out. I'd have fun at school, too. I mean, I always watched them growing up, was able to go to a bunch of games throughout high school and stuff like that, so it's cool being able to play here now. It's fun. Family gets to come out and watch all the games, or a lot of the games, and friends and stuff like that too. So. And
despite his personal success, he has the same humility he had as a freshman.
I mean, I don't really think about that too much. I guess it was cool when I first got my opportunity to play special teams and that type of thing, but right now I don't really think about it too much.
Both players are true evidence that hard work and perseverance can get you to the top of the sports mountain. David Starcer, CU Sports Mag. On Saturday, the CU football team paid homage to a season of old, 20 years old in fact, wearing throwback uniforms from the Buffs' 1990 National Championship season. It sure served one Buffalo all right.
The right side is deflected in the air. Scotty McKnight catches the rebound at the 4.
Look at the 1990 team, man. Sometimes the saying it's better to be lucky than to be good sometimes.
As for the 1990 squad, they were both lucky.
And that's 4, and that's all you get in college football. And then they give him another shot. Charlie Johnson squirms in.
And good.
Intercepted by Colorado beyond figures. And the figures may be #1 for Colorado.
I've had the opportunity to get fairly close with Coach Hagan and just to hear the stories about that team and Bieniemy and Alfred Williams and all these guys, and they had so much pride and tradition for this school. So I've learned a lot about it and what that meant, and they kind of established what it meant to be a Colorado football player.
Throughout the 90s here at Folsom Field, many great Colorado players stepped foot on the gridiron. Names like Stewart, Williams, Hagan, and Salam, to name a few. But as any Colorado alum, fan, or former player, and they'll tell you one name mattered more than all of them: Mac.
When I was 7 years old, I knew I was going to be a coach. Some guys were going to be astronauts, some guys were going to be president of the United States. I was going to be a coach. That's all I ever wanted to do. It's intoxicating, it's compelling. There isn't anything else out there that you can do that quite measures up to coaching college football.
Do a little wordplay here. Folsom Field.
The mountains.
Nebraska.
The enemy.
Orange Bowl.
The pinnacle.
Looking forward to that Georgia game. Like they're going to be honoring the team there. You're going to be wearing those jerseys again. How much would it mean to you to win that
means
game?
A lot. I mean, we need to. It's just to represent those guys and everything they stood for. And I know that they're going to be here supporting us and getting us ready. And, you know, it would mean a lot for us to get a victory for those guys. And
who knows? Maybe with some luck, the memories of years past will become a reality. David Starcer, News Team Boulder. Question on many Buff fans' minds is who will replace Dan Hawkins as CU's head football coach. CU officials announced the formation of a 7-person committee to find a new head coach for the CU football team last Wednesday. Turning to baseball, the Rockies were trying to keep their slim playoff hopes alive last night against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Starting off the game here, Ubaldo Jimenez on the mound looking for his 20th win, but Casey Blake lines this one off his ankle and into left field for the hit. 2 runs come home and the Dodgers jump out to that early lead. Cargo trying to get Colorado back in it here with this monster bomb to center field. They measured that one at over 450 feet. That one was his 34th on the year. Colorado back within 1 run. After not being recruited by the majority of Big 12 coaches, Colorado's Alec Burks sure made a good impression. The guard from Grandview, Missouri was voted Big 12 Freshman of the Year by Big 12 coaches on Sunday. Burks led all freshmen in the conference in scoring, averaging 16.8 points a game, and he was also first in the Big 12 in field goal percentage. And speaking of coaches, former CU head football coach Dan Hawkins will walk away from the program with more than $2.1 million in settlement money. Hawkins still had 2 more years on his contract, which would have expired in January of 2013. Hawkins was fired last month after a devastating loss to Kansas, in which the Buffs gave up 35 points and blew their 4th quarter lead.
Absolutely. I'd recommend sticking in Boulder this weekend. It's looking beautiful. Maybe on Sunday we got a little bit of rain, but that's about it.
I guess Colorado weather, it's always goofy. You never know what's going to happen, but as long as it's in the 50s, I'm going to go outside. So.
Definitely. Absolutely.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for this week. For Carly Burst and Rose, I'm David Starcer. You guys have a good weekend.